Namaste guys, Rajesh here, and this is our comparison between the Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi Note 4. The Redmi Note 3 was the most popular budget smartphone in India last year, and this year Xiaomi is back with the Redmi Note 4. The handset might not seem like as big of a game changer like its predecessor, but it's a meaningful update over the Redmi Note 3 in some key departments. Let's start with the biggest one, design and build quality. Hold the two phones side by side and you'll be hard pressed to say that the Redmi Note 4 is the successor to the Redmi Note 3. The latter feels chunky in hand while the former feels more like an upmarket smartphone with a premium looking design. If you go by the specifications sheet, the Redmi Note 4 is only 0.35 mm thinner than the Redmi Note 3. But the difference is bigger than that visibly due to the tapered 5 mm edges of the Note 4. The unibody finish of the Redmi Note 4 also lacks any plastic inserts at its top and bottom, with Xiaomi instead opting for anodized high gloss aluminum for the antenna lines. This makes a huge difference and helps the Redmi Note 4 feel more premium and elegant than its 10,000 price tag would suggest. The rear facing speaker of the Redmi Note 3 was one of its weakest points, and Xiaomi has fixed that on the Redmi Note 4. The speaker is now located at the bottom, though don't be fooled by the two speaker grills that you see. The one on the left is purely for aesthetic purposes and houses a microphone, while the actual speaker is located on the right. As for the placement of ports, it remains the same on both devices, though the micro USB port on the Redmi Note 4 is now centrally located between the two speaker grills. The hybrid micro SIM card slot is located on the left, with the 3.5 mm jack and the IR blaster being located on the top. The power and the volume buttons are located on the right. Have no doubts here, the Redmi Note 4 is a huge upgrade over the Redmi Note 3 in the design and build department. As for the display, both Redmi handsets pack a 5.5-inch display, though the one on the Redmi Note 4 is slightly narrower and taller, which helps improve one-handed usage. It is also protected by a 2.5D curved glass that further adds to the premium feeling of the device. The display panel of the Redmi Note 4 is capable of reaching higher brightness levels, has better contrast, sunlight eligibility, and color accuracy. Overall, the display of the Redmi Note 3 was already good enough, and with the Redmi Note 4, Xiaomi has only made it better. Coming to the most controversial part of the Redmi Note 4's spec sheet, its Snapdragon 625 chipset. Yes, this chipset is slower than the Snapdragon 650 found inside the Redmi Note 3, but it is not a difference that you are going to notice in daily use. This is evident from a speed test comparison where the Redmi Note 4 actually performed better than the Redmi Note 3 due to its faster NAND storage. If all you care about are benchmark scores and want to ensure that your phone is able to play heavy games smoothly even 2 years down the line, buy the Redmi Note 3. Otherwise, the Redmi Note 4 is going to be more than good enough for all your needs. Another key area where the Redmi Note 4 represents a huge upgrade over the Redmi Note 3 is the camera. The Redmi Note 4 features a 13 megapixel Sony shooter with 1.1 micron pixels compared to the 16 megapixel shooter found on the Redmi Note 3. When you compare photos taken from both phones side by side, the one from the Redmi Note 3 look hilariously bad. They are overexposed, lack detail, and look washed out. In comparison, the ones from the Redmi Note 4 come out looking more balanced with plenty of details and punchy colors. Make sure to check out our in-depth camera comparison between the Redmi Note 3 and the Redmi Note 4 for a detailed review of the Note 4's camera. In the end, there really is very little reason for someone to buy the Redmi Note 3 over its successor. The Note 4 might be slower than its predecessor, but the drop in performance is not noticeable in daily use. On the flip side, the extra battery life offered by the switch to the Snapdragon 625 chipset definitely is. Then, you also get a better camera and a more premium design on the Redmi Note 4, which makes the overall package even more attractive. The Redmi Note 4 is a no-brainer if you are looking for a smartphone within Rs 15,000. That's it for this comparison guys. Thanks for watching it. do hit the like button below and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more such videos.